It's Week 8 of the NFL, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Packers and the Jags, and it's coming up next.
We're about 15 miles from the Atlantic coast in the northeast corner of Florida. Welcome to Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
Keelan Robinson to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Jacksonville comes out with former #1 overall pick Trevor Lawrence, their quarterback. 6'6", tall and talented. Greg, hard to believe, already this season 4 for Lawrence after his days at Clemson.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
A first down throw for Lawrence. This one is caught by Kirk. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they need.
And he will score. Gabe Davis. Touchdown, Jacksonville. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. They find the end zone here on the opening drive, and Greg, they're able to do it in the air.
Mike, it makes you wonder, is this drive a sign of things to come? I mean, this secondary, they had their hands full there. Are we going to see it repeated throughout the rest of this game, or are they going to have some answers on defense?
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season as quarterback, but Greg just his 2nd as a starter, waited his turn, and had a really good first year as a starter.
One of the best parts of the week, Mike, is when we have an opportunity to sit down and visit with these guys during the production meetings. And the thing that we both came away with was, while he was happy with the overall performance of his team a week ago, you could tell that lone interception left a bit of a bad taste in his mouth. He called that errant pass unacceptable. He doesn't plan on having too many of those in this one, and look for him to be a little bit more careful with the ball as he tries to get his team to another victory here today.
His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
3rd and a yard. Try to run for it with Dillon. And he will have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They'll go play action with Love. That is caught to the goal line and in. Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, Green Bay. Zane Gonzalez on for the point after. It's up and through. And the Packers come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, it's Robinson. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. Take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
That's good for a Jaguars.
Now 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, Travis Etienne. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Lawrence to throw. Looking to set up the screen there, but he decides not to force it, and it's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
To return, it's Nixon. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Packers offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. On 1st and 10, here's Love. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And it'll be 2nd down. Love going to hand this to Dillon. And he'll get this across midfield as it's brought down, following a pickup of 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. On 4th down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. Back deep for Jacksonville, that's Devin Duvernay. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field.
Hey, Lion! Here we go.
They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. He's to the 25. Room up the sideline at the 45. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. We'll have more from Jacksonville after this. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The tight end, Ingram, is on the move. They'll go back to Etienne on 1st down. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. Second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And this will be a short pickup down to the 45. Big T.J. Slayton on the tackle. A tough spot here. Third and long. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And he's an early front runner for MVP of the NFL. It's the first half of the season, but as you can see, he's already leading the league in passing yardage. They face second down and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. From the gun, it's Love. He's got his tight end. That's Musgrave. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down. Here's Love. This one up top for Dobbs. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Throwing is Love. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. That is Josh Hines-Allen from his defensive end spot to record the sack. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And the score remains tied at 7. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And we'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Powerful Rashawn Gary there in run support. Here's 3rd and 7. Now Lawrence. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Lawrence now to throw on first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Lisa 24.
To throw is Lawrence. That's caught. It's the tight end Ingram.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And that one is intercepted. Jair Alexander picks it off. And the Packers are going to have it. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
He's going to go deep, looking for Reed. Wow, out of bounds, inside the 10. It's first and goal. A huge play just before the half. A gain of 69 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So after the big play to start, now we have first and goal. Love to throw. And he'll take it on in. Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, Packers. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Now Gonzalez to add the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Packers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jaguars offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for first and 10. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. The clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break.
Hey, Lion!
On first down, Lawrence. In trouble, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Jared Goff. From there, we'll take the trip across Lake Erie to Cleveland to check in on the Browns at home at the Dog Pound. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Lamar Jackson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Keenan Allen, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. These 2 teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Both these teams running through their final adjustments, it's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. This will be returned from the 6. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Packers offense and Romeo Doubs heading out for their next possession. He's right there in contention for the most receiving yards by a wideout this year. Currently ranked 2nd in the NFL. Taking off.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down. Here's Love to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Here's Love. That's to crash the tight end downfield. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. First and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a second down and 8. To throw is Love. This is caught at the 2. And he's in. Romeo Doubs. Touchdown, Green Bay.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Gonzalez now for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers will extend this third quarter lead.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Jaguars offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it is third down.
Taken down back at the 23-yard line.
Lawrence. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out there. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. In motion, Reed. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. To throw is Love. That complete to Jacobs. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. They'll look to pick up the pace. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20.
Well, he had such a great first half throwing the football. There's no reason to think, Mike, coming out here for the start of the 3rd, that anything's going to change. He's picked up right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll run the toss to Jacobs. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it is 3rd down. Now Love. And that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be brought down just... ...25-yard line. The Jaguars offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. To the right side, and Kirk's got it. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Lawrence now on 2nd down. Now he takes off. They'll pick up 23 on that one. 1st down, Jacksonville. Back to throw. Lawrence. Now a screen set up for Etienne. They were not fooled on defense. Saw the screen from the start. It'll be a loss of yardage on the play. 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. He's got his tight end. It's Ingram. And he'll be taken down at the 10-yard line. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and... That one taken in. Brian Thomas. Touchdown, Jaguars. Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. His kick is good. And the Jaguars back within 10. It's now 24-14. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. But he'll gather it back in.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. He'll check this down to the running back.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. They'll go for it. Love. That's going to be caught. And he's going to have the 1st down. An aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down. From the gun, it's Love. This one, up top for Dobbs. He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll run it to the right here with Jacobs. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. And now at 152, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. This defense in desperate need of a stop, and here comes 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got a man. That's Watson. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Taking it down, this one is caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll go play action with Love. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down. On 3rd down, they go with Jacobs. The Packers going to call out the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. No issues there. This one is good. And the Packers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense back onto the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Here comes second down. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. That is the veteran Preston Smith. Works his way in there for the sack. Gonna need a big play now. Third down and long. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end.
A big hole. To the 20. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
Past midfield.
That was their last shot. They've got no timeouts left. Now the offense can just simply come take the field. Best play in football, Mike. Victory formation, take a couple knees, get on with the win.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here we go. One final play. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. They'll run with Jacobs. And they are going to add 6 more here at the end. Stay tuned for the coach's handshake. It might not be the friendliest. That late touchdown extends the margin of victory. Here are the game's final play.
Yeah, Mike, I'm not sure how popular this move is going to be on the other sideline. And listen, I understand in the huddle sometimes kind of players take it upon themselves to do things like this, but the call there has to be take a knee, move on, shake hands, and go to the locker room. But not in this case.
And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.